It's day 16 of my 280-mile Grand Canyon challenge. A massive thank you and loads of love to everybody who's donated so far. Together, we've already raised over £760 for Q-Loaning Nepal, which is phenomenal. Because of this, I've increased the fundraising target for this challenge to £1,000 by the end of January. So please keep on donating if you like these videos, because we're already 3/4 of the way there and I know we can do it. Today, to make a change to all the cycling I've been doing, I've got my hiking boots on and I'm going to be hiking along the Itchen Way. I'm going to be stopping at some spots along the way and giving you some history, so stay tuned to this video to find out more. So I started in Abbots Worthy and I've just made it into Winchester. I'm going to take a slight detour off the path now and show you a couple of spots. Just on the other side of St Swithin's Bridge behind me is Winchester City Mill. It was built in 1743 and is fed by the River Itchen. It stands on the site of where a medieval mill once stood and is famous to the people in Winchester as there's a family of otters that live inside. This yellow house behind me is well known because it's where the famous poet Jane Austen spent her last days. She came to Winchester seeking the best doctors in the country after contracting a chronic illness presumed to be Addison's disease. Unfortunately, they couldn't help her, and in 1817 she died in this room above me here. This is Winchester Cathedral. It was built in 1093 and is the second longest cathedral in Europe. Being a 900-year-old building, it has a lot of history, but none more interesting than the story of William Walker, who single-handedly saved the cathedral from collapse in the early 1900s. He did this by going underneath the water table in a Victorian diving suit and propping up the parts of the cathedral that were starting to sink into the ground. Over the course of 6 years, he laid modern foundations underneath a Norman cathedral and became a hero to the people of Winchester. So after swinging through Winchester, we're back on the Itchen Way now. I'm going to head towards Shawford. I'm going to do a little detour again up onto St Catherine's Hill so I can show you a bit of history up there. The hill I'm walking on is called St Catherine's Hill. It's the site of an Iron Age hill fort that dates back to 3 BC. The hill fort itself was thought to be destroyed in about 50 AD, but much of the earthwork, such as what I'm walking on now, still remains. On the summit of the hill, there is a collection of beech trees. These were planted here in 1762 and mark the top of the hill. From the top of the hill, you get views of all of Winchester. Another good place to see this is on St Giles Hill. As well as being important to the people of Winchester, the River Itchen is one of only 200 chalk streams in the world. This is because it springs out of a chalk bedrock, which gives the water and the landscape around it its own unique set of wildlife. This is Compton Lock, one of the many locks along the River Itchen that feeds the Itchen navigation, a canal they used to use to transport materials and goods to and from the docks in Southampton. It's a very popular spot with wild swimmers, as the water here where it's bubbling is deep enough for you to jump off this ledge. But I wouldn't recommend diving because it's not that deep. Including my detours to film, it took 10 miles to get to Shawford Loch from Abbots Worthy. I'm going to turn around here and start hiking back home. So it'll be another 10 miles, which will mean 20 miles against the Grand Canyon Challenge today. So I made it back to Abbots Worthy. It was a lot quicker getting back because I didn't film as much, which meant I only did about 8 miles. All in all, that's 18 miles against the Grand Canyon Challenge today, bringing me up to 160 miles out of 280. If you like this video, please make a donation by clicking on the link in the description. It all adds up, big or small, and I know we can reach this goal of £1,000 by the end of January. I'll see you for the next one.